Meeting to order. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
John Barrera.
Here.
Kate Lumberstone. Here. Amanda Howell.
Here.
Wes Kinder.
Here.
And Ryan. All present.
Do we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Les Kinder.
Yes.
Jake Cutherton.
Yes.
John Barrera.
Yes.
Pam Ryan.
Yes.
Amanda Howell.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Public comments. We have two that have signed the form up here. So first, Misty.
I just wanted to touch base. Last week, we talked about the Miami East boosters and the auction that we normally do in the spring. So I wanted to update everybody. We do have the new date. It's gonna be August 1st, so it'll be in the fall. It still will be at the Duke building, Duke Lungard building at the fairgrounds. We're still working on what the food and things look like, but we had to push that out because of conflicting dates with other programs and venues. So that will be Saturday, August 1st at 6 o'clock. And then we'll get out more details on tickets as we get closer.
Thank you very much. Christy, hold.
Yeah, I was gonna talk tonight about some concerns with the wrestling program. It looks like that's nice to just go ahead and hold off until the next meeting. So.
Okay. Superintendent's good news report.
Okay. All right. So we have started adding more details to the agenda. So the agenda has most of what I was going to go over tonight, what I would normally have in our slide presentation. So just wanted to start off with our FFA member of the month. This month is Savannah Brown. She's the daughter of Adam and Lisa Brown. She's a freshman, first-year member of the Miami East MVCTC FFA chapter. Savannah has been busy with career development events. She's participated in the district public speaking, district agricultural sales, district job interview competitions. She attended the National FFA Convention, State Leadership Night, and is a pen pal with local senior citizens. Her supervised agricultural experience plans are to raise and market flowers. So I want to congratulate Savannah for being this month's FFA member of the month. Moving on to kind of our winter sports update. Starting off with our junior high, our 8th grade boys basketball team ended up finishing 15-1. They were the TRC league champions. The 8th grade girls finished 13-2. The girls ended up being our runner-up champions this year. So they both had fantastic seasons. Proud of all 4 of our junior high basketball teams had a great season, a great year. Junior high wrestling. So at our Three Rivers Conference for junior high wrestling, Cam Kemp was second place with 92-pound division. Sydney Hulsman in the 98-pound was second place. Lexi Bowers in 104 was first place. Peyton Stapleton with 110 was second. Bentley Young at 122 was second. And Jax Grassman with 150 was first place. So we did very well all season long. The couple events that I went to, our boys and girls both competed very well, really supported each other. And I thought they had a fantastic season as well. I'm going to hit a little bit on science fair. I want to add some of that in the end, but I'm going to do junior high and high school together on that. So high school winter sports, boys basketball, all conference team. Brody Antonides was second team. Nolan Crane and Keaton Pratt were honorable mention. Girls basketball, all conference. We were league champs again this year. So congratulations to the girls for that. Kylie Jennis was first team. Marin Howell was first team. Mara Fine was second team. Claire Antonides was honorable mention. Olivia Loafman, honorable mention. And Coach Ella Fritz was coach of the year for the girls. So I want to congratulate them on a fantastic season. Boys wrestling all conference team. So at our tournament, our TRC league tournament, Brian Fulton was first team. He was also sectional runner-up, district runner-up, and he qualified for state this past weekend. Spencer Shore at 120 was first team, all conference. He was also conference wrestler of the year, sectional champ, district champ, state qualifier. Lucas Shore was with 126. He was first team all conference, sectional champ, district runner up, state qualifier, and finished fourth. So he podiumed at state this weekend. Braden Lewis with 132 was first team all conference, and he was sectional fifth place. And then Jacob Eichhorn didn't place with us with conference, but Jacob was sectional runner up, district runner up, and a state qualifier. So again, our boys team, very proud of how well they performed this year during the season and during our competition, with 4 qualifiers for state. With girls, Colby Alexander was third place in sectional, and districts was 6th. Jayla Thurman was sectional champ, district 5th place, so that made her a state alternate. Unfortunately, she didn't wrestle this weekend with state. There wasn't anybody in that weight class that was not competing. So she ended up just being a state alternate. Miley Potter was also sectional or at sectional. She was 5th place as well. So again, our girls team did very well, competed very well. I think we've got bright things coming up. We had a lot of junior high students and also a lot of elementary students coming through the programs. Boys swimming, so district qualifiers. We had a 200 medley relay, 200 free relay, and the 400 free relay, all qualified for district with Hunter Barnes, Caden Bodie, Landon Moran, and Levi Robinson. So congratulations to the boys relay teams. Girls swimming, 200 free relay was district qualifiers with Bianca Stevens, Cher Schroff, Tinley Potter, and Alyssa Bodie. 200 meter individually medley, and district qualifier was Cher Schroff. 100 meter backstroke, and district and state qualifier was also Cher for that competition. So again, for the amount of students we have, I think we had 16, I think boys and girls, they competed very well and did a fantastic job this season. Indoor girls track state qualifiers, we had a 4x8 relay of Addie Fine, Grace Shively, Tatum Wesco, Reagan Hufford qualified for state indoor. And pole vault, Reagan also qualified for pole vault for state indoor. Boys indoor, we didn't have anybody qualify for state, but Gunnar Weldy did qualify for the 800 meters for the New Balance Indoor Nationals. I believe that's this weekend that he has that race. All right, a couple of other things while we're talking about junior high and high school students. So our band and choir competed in the OMEA districts over the weekend. Both of them received #1 ratings, which is the highest ratings that they can get, and both of them are moving on to the state OMEA competition. So proud of both of our band and choir. They always do a fantastic job and once again represented very well. Science fair was also over the weekend, so it's junior high and high school. High school, Kara Hale, she participated for our lone high school student, and she qualified for the next, I think it's a state competition. So at regionals, she had a superior rating. Junior high students with superior ratings was Asher Vonderbrees, Sawyer Bates, and Anderson White competed as a team. Elizabeth Imes and Jackson Gray all received superior ratings. Several of our students placed in multiple different awards and were able to receive some funding and scholarships or money for that. So again, congratulations to Miss Brown and Miss Weldy, who helped get the students ready for those science fairs. So our students, again, represented very well. Senior citizen dinner, it will be this Wednesday at 5:30 in the high school cafeteria. When we had counts due on Wednesday or on the 11th, I think we were at 158. As of today, I think we're around 170 have called in that they're planning on attending. So I think the past 2 years we've been a little under 100. So we should have a very good turnout for Wednesday night's dinner. So looking forward to that. All right.
That's awesome. All right, treasurer's consent agenda.
All right, tonight for the treasurer's consent agenda, I have 3 items to recommend for approval. First, I would like to recommend approval of the February 24th, 2026 regular board meeting minutes. I'd also like to recommend approval of the March 2026 financial statements. And lastly, I would like to recommend approval of the tax rates and amounts for tax year 2026, which is to be collected in tax year 2027.
Do I have a motion and a second?
So move.
Discussion?
All right, so, for the financial statements, I think I generally just jump over the minutes, but if at any point, if you guys ever have updates or recommendations for meeting minute changes, let me know. If you can, like, once the agendas are published, but, so going straight down to the financial summary, as of February 28th, 2026, financial or fiscal year total revenues were $18,249,516 compared to $13,367,169 1 year ago. If you notice there, it's about a $4.9 million difference, and I mentioned this last month, but the reason for the large difference there in our revenues is that we requested our tax advances from the Miami County Auditor's Office. So rather than most of that revenue showing up in March, it's showing up in February. So total expenditures from all funds were $15,325,000 compared to $15,287,000 1 year ago, which is, so our revenues are at 81.8% of our estimated revenue, and our expenditures are at 69.5% of our appropriated expenditures. Moving down to just looking at the general fund. As of February 28th, 2026, fiscal year total general fund revenues were $15,861,371, compared to $11,486,000 1 year ago. And then our total general fund expenditures were 13 million, compared to 12,390,000 1 year ago. So that's 82% of our estimated revenue and 68.2% of our expenditures. Then jumping down to the spending plan summary, through February 28th, our actual total revenues and other financing sources, which is line 2.080 on the 5-year forecast, was 15,861,000, which is short of the estimates by about 203,000. So I did update the spending plan summary after the recent forecast update, and the reason that it's still showing a little bit low on the fiscal year to date estimates is because our first half of income tax settlements were much lower than what we had anticipated. And then the other piece that kind of plays into that is our unrestricted grants and aid. So I'll show you guys those on the spending plan page a little bit later. But then our total expenditures and other financing uses, which is line 5.050, those were $13,019,364, which exceeded our fiscal year to date estimates by just under $7,000. So our expenditures are definitely in line with what we've anticipated all year. I'm gonna jump past the cash summary pages. And then if you look at the page right after the cash summary, this is the spending plan summary, page 6 within the financial packet. That's where you'll see some of our differences. I'm gonna try to zoom in here. Some of our differences that we have on the income side of things. Right here is our income tax, where you'll see our first half settlement was about 100,000 less than what we anticipated. And then Okay. I think I did. Actually, I think I got the grants fixed a little bit closer to what it is supposed to be. But then the other portion here is our all other operating revenue, which includes a number of things such as like excess cost and different pieces there. So we just sent out some invoices to other districts for about $40,000 total there, which we had received by this time last year. So there's just some of those different pieces, kind of timing wise affecting our revenue, but everything does appear to be in line with the forecast that we just approved last month. So we should be getting some income tax settlements and the remaining portion of real estate. Income tax will hit next month in April, but we should receive our final real estate settlement by the end of March. And so we'll be able to kind of give some final figures on some of those things. Still knowing that the House Bill 186 impacts are going to affect those. Just with where those tax settlements are hitting from fiscal year 26, but it's tax year 2025 collected in 26. So just based on how some of those House Bill 186 impacts will, I'll just try to keep you guys updated when we get some more information from the county auditor's office. Any questions on the financial statements before I go to item 3 of the consent agenda? So the last item that we have here is the tax amounts, tax rates and amounts for tax year 26 to be collected in 27. So this is the information that we got directly from the Miami County Budget Commission. It has to be signed and approved, or approved by the board, signed and returned by the end of the month. But really the items that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention is the bond retirement fund, which is item 4 under the no limitation. That one, the board voted to reduce the effective millage for tax year 26 to 1.6 mils. And then the second bond retirement, which is item 6 under the no limitation, was reduced to 0 mils, which both of those are what the board had chose to do in November. The other item that I wanted to mention to you guys was that the county auditor's office and the county budget commission has not received the total impacts of House Bill 186. And so what we've been told is that they will likely have a new supplemental rate certificate for the board to review and approve, maybe in July or August. And so that's where some of these are going to be kind of weird. So we actually use this rate certificate to do our estimated resources for FY27. So there's just going to be some discrepancies there. But knowing that the county auditor's office is aware of those discrepancies, just in terms of valuation and what our revenues are supposed to be. Again, as I get some of that information, I will share it with you all. So I know that Matt Gearhart, who is the Miami County Auditor, he's going to a County Auditors Association meeting later this month, and they're supposed to get some additional guidance from the Ohio Department of Taxation. So again, as I get that information, I'll share that with you all.
And then Alex, on there, the EXP TY 28 is expiring tax year 28.
Yes.
Expiring tax year 35 and 30. So you can see when those bonds and when that classroom facilities would expire.
The other piece that's a little bit different than what you would have seen last year is that capital improvement, which is in between both of those bonds, that is the new expected collections for the replacement levy that we had
Mhm.
last November or.
Yeah, 2 Novembers ago.
So those collections are expecting to go from around 160,000 to 285, so. I think down at the bottom of this, yep, there is a spot for everyone to sign after the meeting, so just before everyone leaves today, if I could get your signature so we can get that submitted by the deadline.
That was in here.
It might be, yeah. Yep. Should be. Any questions on that? Let me try to get this closed. Okay, so that concludes the treasurer's consent agenda.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Jake Coverstone,
Yes.
Pam Rice,
Yes.
John Barrera,
Yes.
Les Kinder,
Yes.
Amanda Howell,
Yes.
motion passed. The next item is on the treasurer's report is approval of grants and donation.
We have a motion and a second.
Motion. Second.
John.
Okay, so, the donation list is a little bit longer this month, but if you notice, the first 19 donations are all, from various community members or organizations to the class of 2027 student activity account. That's actually donations for the after prom. So, you know, I know the junior class after prom planners committee has been doing, you know, their normal, very hard work of trying to get donations and selling different things to raise money for the after prom. So very thankful for their efforts. And then items 20 and 21 are donations, a $2,500 $76.12 donation from the Miami East Athletic Boosters to the Girls Soccer Fund to assist with the purchase of uniforms. And lastly is a $250 donation from the Scott family McDonald's to the athletic fund. So as always, just want to, you know, thank all the various individuals and organizations for their generosity, the various programs throughout Miami East.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Les Kinder,
Yes.
John Barrera,
Yes.
Jake Coverstone,
Yes.
Pam Rice,
Yes.
Amanda Howell.
Yes.
Motion passed. And item B is the section 457B eligible deferred compensation plan.
Do we have a motion and a second?
I'll motion.
I'll second. Discussion?
All right, so, the section 457 is a tax deferred compensation plan for eligible employees. The way that we define eligible employees is all employees. The reason for the 457 plan being listed on the agenda tonight is we have decided to move forward with actually having it the 457 plan and the 403B plan managed by American Fidelity. Previously, only the 403B plan was managed by Voya, and the 457 plan was technically not managed by anyone. So really, there's no changes for any of our employees, and the only difference is that through our 457 and 403B plans, we have a common remitter, which is Voya, which is just, we have, employees are able to choose to have different contributions go through Ohio Deferred Compensation or Horace Mann or American Fidelity or directly through Voya. And the only thing that this is changing is where our actual deduction checks are sent to. And then it's just also making sure that everything is monitored properly and that there's a proper section 457 plan in place. So when they asked for our plan document, I did not have a copy of that. And so this is just a safeguard to make sure that we do have everything in place.
So this isn't a new benefit necessarily, it's
No.
just, okay. Any discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
John Barrera,
Yes.
Pam Rice.
Yes.
Jake Coverstone.
Yes.
Les Kinder,
Yes.
Amanda Howell.
Yes.
Motion passed. That concludes the treasurer's portion of the meeting.
All right, superintendent consent agenda.
All right, this evening we have three items for consideration. College Credit Plus agreement with Edison. Recommend approval of our FCCLA students for a national competition and convention in Washington, DC. And then approval of a parent transportation agreement.
Do we have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Edison is probably our largest College Credit Plus agreement that we have. A lot of our students utilize Edison, just like the other ones that we've gone over the last couple of meetings. It's their standard agreement, standard rates from the state, but every year we have to sign in that we're going to continue to agree for that partnership with them. Our FCCLA students are going to be competing, I believe, here in April at state, and then hoping to be able to go to nationals. You might have noticed Egg My Yard?
Yeah.
So I know that got sent out through social media earlier, and then I sent a link out on our website and sent a text message out to parents about that. What that is a way to help them raise some money for their for state and national competitions. So they did a great job. Last year they went to Seattle, I believe, is where nationals was. So this year it will be in Washington, DC. So this would be going ahead and approving that if our students qualify, but we're hoping that they would qualify for it.
And on the College Credit Plus, was it last month that we approved?
We've approved Sinclair and Clark. This would be Edison, and I believe, and we still have Franklin is
Okay.
who else we have one with. So we do have some students who take through. We have one that's going through Ohio State. I think two that's got a couple through BG, one or two through Cedarville. But our agreements are through the ones that we offer majority of our classes with.
Roll call.
Les Kinder,
Yes.
Pam Rice.
Yes.
John Barrera,
Yes.
Jake Coverstone.
Yes.
Amanda Howell.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, personnel consent agenda.
All right, this one's a little shorter this month. We have two items. First item is to rescind an intermittent FMLA request. And the second item was for approval of supplemental contracts. And if I have that up there, I believe there is a volunteer that we added for softball, and then an assistant track coach would be the two supplementals that should be on there. Yeah, so Madison Lynn helped out last year. This year for track, we've used Mr. Neese, Coach Neese, has coached 3 seasons for the last several years, and he said this year he wanted to. He wasn't sure about track and ended up taking track off. So they've reached out, and Kyle Roth was an alumni who was interested in coaching track. So those are the two for this one.
Any discussion, further discussion? All right, roll call, please.
I make a motion.
We got a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I went a little early on
It's
that.
okay. It's okay. Do we have a motion and a second, please?
I so move.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Jake Coverstone.
Yes.
Pam Rice.
Yes.
John Barrera,
Yes.
Les Kinder,
Yes.
Amanda Howell.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, so we don't have any old business for this meeting. We will next month. We'll have a second reading of board policies that we're getting ready to go through. So the winter updates, most of our winter updates or most of our board updates, whether it's the fall or the winter, have to do with legislative changes. And then it just changes some of the compliance with there. So Alex and Amanda and Jake and I met with our Neola rep a couple weeks ago to go through and have shared, you guys have access under your drafts to look through those. So that would be our new business item for this evening. And again, there's not an action taken on it since it won't be voted on until next month. So, okay, any questions with any of those that we've had? Okay. Okay.
Before we go into executive session, because there is nothing that follows it, I recommend we go through board comments first and then people can choose to stay or go at that point in time, but there's nothing we're going to be voting on. So let's start with him.
Again, a lot of exciting things happening at Miami East. Over the weekend, we had an alumni basketball player who won their conference, the American Conference, and was also voted as outstanding player of the tournament. And I believe that this may be the first student from Miami East who has gone on and they're going to play in the big dance. And it is very exciting. So I encourage everybody Thursday at 1:30, if you can get ESPN, you can watch Wes Venus play.
Good shout out. Yeah.
I just took that as Alex and I had permission to watch March Madness basketball.
Very good. Jake, you want to go next?
Yeah. So, I mean, as you can see with sports, we're doing really well as a district. I think that can't be done without the support of the parents and the coaches, so thank you. And then once again, FFA is doing an amazing job of promoting the next leaders in Miami, so that's it, thank you.
John?
Continue with that. I know when I was here and through teaching, you learn a lot about a good school and a good community, not just how are their sports, but how is everything else and how do they all intertwine. And not only the winter sports, but band, choir, science fair, Greece is coming up. Did want to have a specific shout out to athletic boosters. I know there's a lot you guys do. Being a former coach and around that, it's a lot of extra things, and to see these sports be successful, helping out with girls soccer, uniforms, all those things, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. Les?
Yeah, it's just going nice, as everybody else can say what they copied off of me. But anyway, first thing is, I want everybody to make sure they get out there and support the kids and play this weekend. They put a lot of hard work into that. They do a beautiful job every year. It just shows how much talent we have at Miami East. The choir and band, I was up at Bell Fountain this week, watching them in their competition. That was exciting to see the excitement in kids' faces and do what they do. And kind of being spoiled, but sitting there watching the other groups, just kind of shake your head like, yeah, we're not, we're a lot better than that. So, I mean, it was real proud of our kids. Again, it's the leadership we have, the fine teachers and staff we have here at Miami East. We appreciate everything you guys do. Bus drivers, custodians, everybody, I'm including everybody. I mean, I worked here once and I understand that it's really nice to get a compliment. You don't very seldom get them. And so I want to compliment everybody, because without them, we don't have good kids. Without your parents, we don't have quality students. So it's a team effort, family effort. That's a great word. Thank you.
I'd like to piggyback on what everybody has stated across athletics, across the arts. For the wrestling folks up here, I hope Lucas Shore, wait, no, not Lucas, Spencer is okay. I mean, when I saw that come across, that was pretty shocking because he seemed like he was dominating the entire meet, and to end like that is, really sad to see. So I hope.
It's up 14-2.
Yes, with
Yeah.
12 seconds or whatever to go. That was.
It's not concussion protocol and just follow that.
All all the best for him. That's frightening certainly. But across the board, a lot of kudos out to the athletes and to the arts. I was at, and I'm sure everybody up here was at Viking Fest. Also went to the quarter auction for the junior after prom. Great turnout by, a whole lot of people. I don't know how much money they ended up raising, but to be able to safely transport all of the students to Scene 75 is an undertaking. On the bus drivers, on the chaperones, on the parents who planned it. The kids have a safe place to go until 2 or 3 in the morning. I forget how late it goes till. But that's coming up in just a few weeks, and love that we've got that option for our students. I know my oldest went, I don't know how many years we've been going to Scene 75, but it's $16,000 to make that event happen, which is not small change, and just appreciate the community's, assistance with that. Couple updates on the superintendent search. Sorry, I got to unlock my phone because this is where I put my notes on this. But hopefully everyone saw both the social media post as well as received a postcard at their home with respect to the survey that we're asking folks to, respond back with on what's working well, what's not within the district, but then also looking at leadership qualities that we should be looking at for our future superintendent. That does close this Friday, so please take time to get your feedback in. We'd really appreciate it. I think as of this morning, there was, I believe, 110 responses. And just, to kind of talk about numbers for a bit in terms of responses, this last summer, as part of the strategic planning committee, we got how many responses?
Around 170 for that. And we're
170.
around 700 for the calendar survey.
So the calendar survey got 700. The superintendent search were significantly less. So just hoping we can get some feedback from the group. That way we've got a good profile to go off of there. And some other key dates around the superintendent search. So the actual requisition is out, and we are, seeking applicants. That is open through April 3rd, and interviews will be scheduled on April 15th and 16th. And then final interviews, we're looking to schedule on or around April 23rd. With the goal that we would be bringing that candidate forward for recommendation in the next board meeting, whether that's the end of April or the beginning of May. So lots of things, happening here over the next 6 weeks. Other meetings that I know we need to get on the docket for, and I actually have a meeting with Dave Larson tomorrow, is I think there's going to be a special meeting with the board on March 26th, but that date is still, I want to make sure that's firmed up, but that's where we're going to review the feedback from the survey and come up with that candidate profile. And then we had talked about meeting on April 6th. Once we have all of the candidates who have applied and what that pool looks like. And then, as I mentioned, on or around April 30th, looking to have a special school board meeting where hopefully we're appointing the new superintendent. So just something to keep everyone in mind as we go forward. So with that said, do we have a motion and a second to go into executive session?
Second.
Roll call.
Les Kinder,
Yes.
Pete Coverstone,
Yes.
John Ferrera,
Yes.
Anne Rice.
Yes.
Amanda Howell.
Yes.
Motion passed. It was 6:38.
Yep. Oh. Dan.